What is it that's holding you back, keeping you from becoming everything that God has created you to be, living your purpose and reaching your destiny? Is it self doubt, feeling that you don't measure up to others? Perhaps it's fear or lack of resources, offenses and challenges, maybe even past or current circumstances. Well, I want you to know that these are pathologies, diseases of the mind that negatively impact how you think and perceive things that invade your everyday life. You can overcome these peculiarities and become conquerors, living in the purpose that God has for your life. The Bible in Philippians 4:13 teaches us, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Hello, I'm your coach Dee Johnson, and I'm going to share with you on how you can overcome these pathologies and be all that God created you to be on today's Watering the Seed. Hey seeds, welcome back. Today's word is real, it's raw, and it's rooted in truth. If you join me in comparison part 1, a call to end family competition, then we learned how comparison and competition enter our family dynamics, eroding everything love was meant to build. But in the competition, we rise higher together. Comparison breeds jealousy. Jealousy promotes sabotage, and sabotage, it fractures families quietly, consistently, and tragically. But beneath that, there's a deeper sickness that often hides behind religion, behind being right, behind looking holy, and it's called spiritual pride. So today's episode is called Comparison Part 2, Spiritual Pride. So let's dive into it. We've been taught right and rightfully so to hate the sin but what we weren't always taught was how to pray for the sinner without playing judge and jury, which we often do that. Because spoiler alert, that seat's already taken. Believe it, it's already taken. Jesus is the judge, always has been, always will be. Ask us to compete. He called us to complete one another. I'll say that again because I love that. God did not ask us to compete. He called us to complete one another. That means in our families, the loud one and the quiet one, the churchgoer and the wandering soul, the successful one and the one still trying to find their way. All of us were created in His image. All of us are on different chapters of a story God already knows the end to. And no amount of being better than your brother or doing more than your sister will increase God's love for you. His love is not earned, it's received, it's reflected, it's extended. Let me bring this closer to home. I've sat at tables where love should have lived, but comparison had taken up residency, where spiritual success looked like control and emotional distance was labeled as discernment, where someone's struggle was met with a side eye, you know what I mean, instead of a prayer. But y'all, that's not Christ. It's not Christ like. That's church without Christ. Rules without relationships. Truth with no grace. What if instead of comparing our righteousness, we started comparing our compassion? What if we were less obsessed with how right we are and more focused on how well we love? This is how healing begins. Our healing begins when we shift, okay? And I'm going to call it the healing shift. Healing begins when we stop idolizing perfection. Nobody is perfect. So why do we judge people on how perfect they can be? You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody is perfect. So we begin healing when we stop idolizing perfection. We stop weaponizing our spiritual maturity. We start loving people through their process. Everybody has a process. Everybody has a journey in which they were put on this earth to fulfill. And none of us are exempt from mistakes. None of us are exempt from idiosyncrasies. None of us are exempt from all of the things that may take us out of direction or off of our path. None of us are exempt. So if we start loving people through their process, because we all have one to go through, then this is a healing shift. Not everyone walks your path. Not everyone is at the same place in the race that you are. But everyone is called to grace. So let your light shine, not so others feel dimmer, but so they find their way back home. Let it be a beacon for them to find their way back home, back to love, back to Jesus, family. If your love doesn't include grace, it's not love at all. If your unity requires sameness, it's not unity, because God did not make any of us to be the same. Okay? You may look the same, in some cases you may sound the same, but I guarantee you when you dig down through those layers, you're not the same. None of us are. There's no two people in this world, twins, triplets, I don't care what they are not exactly the same. They have differences. And by us accepting those differences, we're allowing each other to be authentically who God designed us to be. God designed unity in diversity, not uniformity. I'll say that again. God designed unity in diversity, not uniformity. And in your family, you can be the one to shift the culture. How that? You can be the one to say it out loud and live it out loud. There's enough room for all of us. There's enough grace for all of us. There's enough calling, enough anointing, enough favor for all of us. Let the comparison die here, right now, and let the healing begin. I know this one cut deep. It cut me too, but sometimes healing requires surgery, not a bandage. Some of us are bleeding way more than others. So healing requires surgery and not a bandage. So to every listener out there, every sibling, cousin, parent, auntie, or grandchild listening, let today be the day you choose love over competition, compassion over criticism, and prayer over pride. Because when we stop competing, we start conquering together. Jesus said, we'd be known by our love, not our theology, not our titles, not even our talents, which all of us have some, but not even our talents, but by our love. So go love your family better. And if you need to go, forgive first, then do that also. Pray hard and walk humbly. I'm Coach D, and this has been Watering the Seed. Until next time, stay rooted in truth, grounded in grace, and let love do the heavy lifting. I love you, and there's nothing. Bye-bye.